Hello. In the SOT song that I'm a part of, recently one of my teachers said, if you let it be divine, it will be. And he said it very offhandedly, like he was making a larger point, like a larger thought. And I don't necessarily remember what that thought was anymore because as soon as I heard that, it was like the world stopped. It was like you heard the glass shatter and all the dominoes fell into place. The puzzle got put together, however you want to say it. Because I've been triangulating that thought that I've been feeling palpably true in myself for months now, and never quite known exactly how to say it, just feeling it very intensely. And it's that simple. If you let it be divine, it will be. That's how I got here. That's how my life changed for the better, and it's not worth going through every instance, but on the larger scale, what happened was allowed I allowed for something greater than myself to be possible. And the moment that I did, my life started reorganizing itself, literally within the moment. The moment I said yes, my life changed immediately and perpetually. That's the more important thing. A lot of the time, I would kind of trick myself into thinking things were going well, trying to do these little, just lie to myself. That's really what it was. I would lie to myself and say that, oh, things are going well now. But not really. It never really was sustained because it was always lying to myself. But there's a difference. There's a difference, and I don't know. I think what it ultimately comes down to is, it's faith. You have to be willing for something greater than yourself to exist. The good news is, you don't need the faith of a monk or a teacher that's been at this for 20 years. It's just a mustard seed, you know? Anything that you have will do the job, so long as it's true, so long as there is a actual willingness. It's one of those things that you can hear, and I feel like if I had heard this maybe a year ago, I would have almost been upset at that notion, being like, you're just lying to yourself. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between what's happened before and what's happened now. It's just something you kind of gotta take that leap of faith and let one experience snowball into the next, into the next, into the next, because it is a perpetual process. Each step flows very, very smoothly into the next one, as if it was always planned that way. You just have to allow it to be divine, and it will be. I don't know what you call divinity, but I call divinity love. That is what I believe God is. So in many ways, what I'm saying is, if you allow love to enter every situation, it will. There just needs to be the willingness to look for that love. I used to get into not necessarily fights, but it would be like I'd be giving a person a look and they'd be giving me a look back and be measuring each other up. And I didn't really think I was angry or anything, but it was just one of those things that it's like the frequencies out there of I'm on edge, and so everyone else that's on edge, we're going to butt heads. No longer. It truly is like the genre of the show changed. Once you're only looking for love, and love is all you, when you're really only looking for love, shutting out everything else, the genre truly changes. The TV show is no longer dark and gritty and ruthless and hopeless and dull colors and all of that. It really transforms into a vibrant, fun, can't emphasize that enough, fun show where there's no more bad stuff happening. Yes, of course, the world, you turn on the news and you're not going to like what you see all the time, but in terms of the person-to-person experience, what's happening to me and how I interact with the things in front of me in every instance, it's lovely. It truly is lovely. That's the best way to explain it. I haven't really talked to one of my brothers in over a year now. And I think a reason for that, among other things, is that I've noticed this hesitancy within myself to interact with people I had previous relationships with prior to this major change in my life. Because there's been a few instances specifically where when I did, there was a pretty strong rejection by the people. And I'm sure you can relate, where your ego has a pretty big fear of rejection from the people that you care about too. So to have that validated, it really kind of makes you want to stay in your shell and not show yourself anymore. But I've been making an effort to remember to let things be divine, to let love course through every experience. So I got together with my brother this past Sunday for lunch. We ended up talking for like 3 or 4 hours or so. And now I'm watching my nephew's guinea pig, Peanut. All because I let it be divine. I could tell beforehand. Like I was letting these like fear thoughts of like, well, what if this happens and we get into this argument about like, well, you did this and you did this. And I had to just let it go. I realized if I was going to bring that kind of conversation up, like if that's going to be in my head beforehand, that's going to be on my mind and I'm going to be trying to prevent that from happening. And I don't know if you've ever tried to stop things from happening, but it's often the case that you just kind of end up making the thing you're trying to stop actually happen. We're not really that great at stopping things. We're good at creating what's on our minds, is maybe a better way to say this. So I put that out of mind, reminded myself that this will be an experience of love. And it was. Not only that, it was divine love. The only thing we really talked about the whole time was our relationship with Christ. I've never had a multi-hour conversation about in this form, in this person. This person really only comes out in short bursts, not for like hours at a time for sure, but it was the most natural thing in the world. I'm not a big chit-chatter on my best days, but turns out when you're just talking about Christ and your experience with the only thing that really matters, at least to me, you can kind of just keep going and going and going. We could have talked for hours more if he didn't have other places to go. You just have to allow things to be divine, and they will be. I'm finding the world so calm now. So calm. It's like I say that this is heaven a lot, and I feel like sometimes it sounds like I'm just saying that. Maybe because sometimes I am just saying that. But it is true. And the more and more time that gets put in it, the longer it stays that way. I don't really know how else to put it. But the scales have tipped, where it's no longer I'm visiting heaven anymore. Like I'm trying to get to that place. I now am there most of the time. And then I'll have my moments throughout the day where I get sucked back into the story and the old way of being. But I can't express just how peaceful it is to know I'm on the other side now. I've described it as like the credits have rolled before, and it really does feel that way. It's like the video game, the main story is complete, and now you just kind of get to roam the world after all of the like main threats have been vanquished, and you kind of have all the abilities unlocked, and you get to just have fun. You just get to have fun. And that's what the world needs. I mean, it needs so much, of course. But I can't fix the world's problems in the day, but I can bring joy and levity and fun to the people that I do interact with. That's something actionable we all can do. I think that's really all I have to say today. This is a re-recording. I don't know if you saw this when I posted it originally, but I was very erratic in it. I feel a lot more grounded this time. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a lovely Easter if you celebrate, and if not, I hope you have a lovely weekend. I love you.